in the building. If you don't know nothing about Kevin Durant, baby, when I go live, I just say a bunch of shit while the topic is on because I ain't got no music to put the on. Uh, uh, on. On. Uh. Hey, what up? I'm in the building. I'm in this bitch. What's going on with y'all, man? This is y'all favorite. Nah, I ain't y'all favorite because I'm still new to this shit. This is your man Kevin Durant here, man. Listen, I got a good topic that I'm gonna rant on. It's gonna probably drag on longer than usual, but let's get the fuck into it. Let's get into it, man. What's good with y'all? How y'all doing? Enjoying your Friday evenings? Y'all drinking? Because I'm drinking. That's how it's supposed to be. Well, boom, let's get straight to it. If y'all been living underneath for a rock. Recently, Dr. Dre, hip hop's as they consider wealthiest man, daughter and grandchildren are considered homeless. I know everybody's understanding, like, damn, like, how can he let something like that happen, man? You know what I mean? How can he let something like that happen? How can Dr. Dre let his grandchildren and children be homeless? You know, he got all this money in the world. His daughter, is homeless. You think that as a parent, as a father, you go take care of the situation. Well, that's what it sounds like he should do, and most of the people out there thinking that's what he should do. Well, let me get into what the Refinery 29. I got the article from them. Let me tell you what's going on. Latoya Young, the eldest daughter of daughter of music mogul Dr. Dre, has revealed that she and her 4 children are homeless and haven't gotten a dime from her millionaire father in 18 months, despite pleas for help. You know, she got 4 kids and they're living in a truck right now. Right now, Dr. Dre, I'm just briefing over this shit briefly. As of this year, the rapper, producer, and music average has the estimate net worth for $820 million. Meanwhile, Young's work at his daughter. Meanwhile, Young, the daughter of Dr. Dre, works as a delivery driver for DoorDash and Uber Eats, is assembled at a warehouse. But those precarious gigs are enough to cover the rent in California, where the average for the 2-bedroom apartment is about 50% higher than the nation's average. Anybody know California rent is higher than the motherfucker. Right now, she's living in the SUV. The SUV costs $2,300 for the 3 weeks, and I only paid 1 week. Sooner or later, they're going to take the car, she said. Here's the situation. Young, Latoya Young, who mother split from Dr. Dre when she was only 5 years old, says she has not seen her father in 18 years to the date. She doesn't have his cell phone number. She said since she was a child, all communication has been through his team. Young also said that her father has helped her in the past by paying her rent, giving her allowance, but that ended in the year 2020 of January after she spoke to the press about their relationship. His lawyer said that my dad doesn't want to help me because I spoke about him in the press. She said, I feel like I'll be damned if I do, damned if I don't. Her circumstance took a turn for the worse when they had to move from Nevada to California last month in order to find work. The process has been extremely difficult for her. Since then, the news came to social media that her dad is not helping her. One of the people supporting Dr. Dre sports that Shannon Sharp has probably been allowed, saying 30-year-old grown woman trying to shame her father and taking care of her responsibility she created, he tweeted. All right, let's get into this shit. So basically, how this whole thing seems to shaping out is that the girl and the dad split, I'm guessing from his ex-wife, and Dre just, denounced the wife, the kids, and everything else like that. But it seems like since then he's probably been paying child support and everything like that and been taking care of his daughter up until the moment where she probably just decided to speak ill will about Dr. Dre. And after that, he just basically cut her the fuck off and say, hey, you're on your own. A lot of people not realizing this woman is 38 years old. I'm also 38. Listen, I know a lot of people ain't gonna agree with my opinion on this situation. I don't expect you to. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? But at 38 years old, if your father has been basically taking care of you for all them years and then paying your rent and paying everything else, at some point you should say to yourself, you know what? I understand my dad's rich, but how long is this really gonna last? He don't fuck with me. I don't got his cell phone number. I don't talk to him. We really don't deal with each other. Maybe I should cover my ass, you know what I mean? And start to get a job while this man is doing what, while this dude is doing what he do, and get back on my feet and make shit work for me. Instead of relying on that motherfucking paycheck to come through every month. You know what I mean? At some point, you got to take advantage of the situation. He's paying your rent. You should be stacking bread. You should be having your motherfucking money right. You should be stacking bread. You should be putting that shit the fuck up. You should have a job. You should have went to school. You should have did something. You should not be relying on a person that you don't even really deal with on an everyday basis. I'll be damned if somebody I'm not dealing with on an everyday basis is taking care of me and I'm thinking that shit's gonna last the rest of my life. Oh hell no. Nah. I'm gonna look at it like this. Me and my moms and you broke up since I was 5 years old. I don't know you. I ain't got a relationship with you. I don't want to deal with you, but you taking care of me. And my mind's gonna click like, yo, this dude really don't fuck with me. But let me take advantage of the situation he put before me. I'm gonna go get a job. I'm gonna start grinding. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start grinding. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna get a trade. I'm gonna get something. But he paying my rent for this place where I'm staying at right now. I'm going to get a job that I make sure I can keep sustaining where I'm living at. And if I can't live there and he's still willing to pay for me to live somewhere else, I'm going to go move somewhere else where he can, you know what I mean, where I can afford it. So just in case me and him have a fallout, or I want to speak about how I feel about this man or how much I dislike it with the things he did, when he cuts me off, I'm good. Listen. Me, my mom, my father broke up when I was young age, so I consider my father. Listen, my mother always been there for me. My mother always had my back, but at the same token, my mother had my back. She told me, yo, once I thought I was too grown or too big to live in a house, she said, yo, you gotta get the fuck out of here. And I had to figure it out. I mean, she helped me what she can along the way. She did what she can, but for the most part, she said, yo, y'all gotta figure it out. What I could do for y'all that ain't gonna kill me, I'll do for y'all. And I gotta understand that shit. That young girl should understand that shit. You homeless, why you can't go live? I don't know if the mother's still living, but why you can't go back to where your mother at, who held you down, who stuck with you this whole time? You got 4 kids. Where the fuck are these baby dads at of these kids? I'd be damned if the nigga living in the truck with, if I'm a woman, the nigga living in the truck with me and we struggling. Fuck that. It's dumb. At some point, you gotta grow the fuck up. Like you 38 years old. You 38. This man don't deal with you. He don't want nothing to do with you. He cut you off. All he want to do is give you money. You stay where you at. He stay where he at. He got his whole family. He don't consider you family no more. Cool. That's how he feel about you. Take advantage of the situation. What I mean by take advantage of the situation, while he's paying everything, stack your bread, put your money to the side, get you a good job, get you an education, get you a skill set, do something to get your life right. So, because you know this shit is coming to an end eventually. He ain't gonna live forever. I'm pretty sure in his will, he wasn't willing nothing to you. Like, for real. Like, How long you think this was gonna last at 38? You should have been you should have been on your grind. You should have been on your hustle. You should have been doing something. Nah, in the back of your head, you say he's gonna take care of me, blasey, blasey. I'm good. Then you go to the press because you know what I mean? You want to express your frustrations to him, how much you don't like him or whatever, or how you feel about him. You go to the press about it, now he cuts you off. Now you go to the press again because now you're in a situation you in to think you can hopefully shame him into doing something for you. Bro, a lot of people's on the fence with this shit. Because there's some people out there saying, well, he's a millionaire. He should help you out. What can he do for you? Legit, what can he do for you? He can probably go buy you a house and pay for the shit and pay completely off. But at the end of the day, you still got to pay the taxes on that shit. You still got to pay the utilities on it. You still got to pay the upkeep on it. You're responsible for that. I'm a parent. I got kids. My oldest right now is 18. She's about to go to college. I promised her my car when she graduated. I promise her, you graduate, I'll give you my car. You can have it. It's yours. It's a nice car. I'll go find something and I'll go drive in that. She did what she was supposed to do. I handed the car. I said, it's yours. But you're responsible for the upkeep on that motherfucker. You're responsible for the insurance on that thing. I gave you a free car. You know what I mean? It's a nice car. Your shit got Bluetooth, all this and all that, power windows, AC, all that. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I bought my first car. My first car I paid $800 for. That car was I was 5 years older than my car. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5 years older than my car. You got a nice car I'm giving you. Is, you know what I mean? Is a good car, is reliable, gets you back and forth to work, new tires all the way around, everything. I gave you that. That's what you're supposed to do. At 18, that's it. I took care of you as far as I can. You live in my, you can stay here as long as you want, as long as you're respectful when you underneath my roof. But as soon as you think you grown and you going to disrespect me or do anything disrespectful to me, go to the world, go in the world, go see how they treat you. Go to the wilderness, go let that world beat you up. I'll be here waiting because I'm your dad and I love you and I care about you. That's the relationship me and my daughter got. I care about you and I love you. But if you ever go against me and disrespect me in my own house, you got to get the fuck out and you got to go figure it the fuck out. After that, life kick your ass a little bit and you come back a little, you eat a little bit of motherfucking humble pie. All right, I got you. Now you see what the world really is. I'm on your side. I'm only asking little things for you that I want from you. A little bit of respect. And when you in my house, you got responsibilities. You do them things, you can live here, stay here as long as you want. Not to eternity, but you'll always have a place to come back to. You know what I'm saying? But this girl right here in this situation, you and your dad he don't even deal with you. He don't deal with you to begin with. You make that clear. You haven't seen this dude. You haven't seen this dude. You know what I'm saying? You haven't seen this dude or dealt with this dude your whole entire life. Y'all ain't got no rapport. Y'all don't got nothing with each other. He just doing what he gotta do financially to keep you out of his hair. Something in your brain should have fucking clicked. I'm pretty sure when you was getting all that money and he was paying for this shit and he was taking care of this and that, you was out there partying, you was out there drinking, you was out there turning it up, you was out there living your best life. Fendi this, probably Gucci that, Jordans, all this other shit. All this extra unnecessary, useless shit that you can't, you know what I'm saying? Bottle service, you living off the name. At one point in your mind, don't shit click like, yo, this nigga don't really fuck with me. And there's a good chance he's probably gonna cut me the fuck off. Let me get my shit right. Let me get prepared for that moment. Let me get right for that moment. Cause it's coming. The day is coming. All of us got, I mean, some kids out there got parents like that just don't deal with you. You know what I'm saying? They don't fuck with you, they don't deal with you. You know what I'm saying? You a child support payment, and that's it. You're a child support payment. He got an obligation at the 18. That's the end of it. You're done. When they say you ain't got to pay child support no more, he turns that shit off. Y'all ain't never talk. Boom. You on your own. Figure it the fuck out. Kids, like most kids in that situation that only realize they only got one parent, you know what they do? They only hustle, they move, they worried about them. They come first. If they got kids, their kids come first. Then it's them. They making sure their kids are straight. They struggle, but once they figure it the fuck out and get on their feet, guess what they doing? They let nobody compromise to put them back in a situation where they living in a car or living with a friend, or the lights cut off, they broke, or they this and they that. Nah, that shit ain't happening no more. They only out for themselves. Like, yo, you 38. You telling me all the time your dad was paying all your bills and everything like that, and making sure your lights was turned on and your rent was paid and your car note was paid. You ain't acquire no skills. You didn't go to college. You didn't go to a trade school. You didn't take advantage of the situation. Now you got to work some bullshit ass job because DoorDash and all that shit and Grubhub work. That's a bullshit ass job. And I don't knock nobody that does this shit. Some people make a living off of that shit, but people like that make a living off that shit. They, mean they got a disability. They getting a check for, or they getting a check for somewhere else, and this is extra money. Or they're young and they going to school, and this is just helping them get by on the bills. You shouldn't have took that shit. You shouldn't have took that shit serious. You should have been on your hustle. This nigga paying for shit. You should say, yo, pops, listen, or whoever you had to call to talk to. Yo, I'm thinking about going to school to be a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer. You know what I mean? You paying for everything else. Can you pay for this too? You want, you know what I mean? You feel as though you obligated financially to take care of me. Pay for this too? And a conversation that you had, an animosity you had towards your pops, that you feel heated, that you think this nigga need to hear, you find a way to get in front of this nigga and you tell him how you feel. Because once you took, that's like taking this shit to fucking Facebook. That's like a kid being married, their parent, and they take that shit to Facebook and expecting them, the parent, to keep really fucking with you like that or have that relationship with you like that. Once you take it there, that means you took it to somewhere public where everybody can see. That means you done with them, period. Because you can't, I don't care. You can apologize, but that shit's still on the internet. That shit's still gonna get brought the fuck up. Everybody gotta everybody can look at it, everybody can see it, everybody can read it. Whereas a private conversation between how you felt about you and your father, you know what I'm saying? That could have been done. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been it. That would have been a conversation between y'all two that would have been private, that would have kept private, and you could have kept it pushing. Maybe he was like, I understand what you were saying. You don't fuck with me, but he could have said to you, this is how it's going to go. I got you for the next 6 months. You on your own. You know what I mean? But you didn't. Like, real shit. And good point. What you're saying, Shonda. I'm pretty sure it's people out there say, you know what, I fuck with Dre. I got, you know what I mean? My dad got connects. Put me on some connects to get me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put me in the right position. Like, I ain't actually, man, listen. That young lady shit, she ain't a young lady because she's old as my motherfucking ass is. I ain't had nobody paying my motherfucking bills every day, or I can live in a lap of luxury, whatever. You had that situation, you should have took full fucking advantage of that shit. Understand that 20, you ain't really at a young age, you're not thinking that way, but something in the back of your mind got to click and say, okay, I'm 30. I don't like this nigga. I don't deal with him. I want to talk shit about him. In them 8 years, you as a grown up, your mind is a little you got a little bit more, you know what I mean, adult in you. You should have said to yourself, eventually this shit gonna stop. Let me go to school. He's paying for my bills. Let me get a job that I can pay for school. Or let me go to a trade school. Let me downgrade a little bit because I can't afford this lifestyle. Like, he's a millionaire. I'm living in a house. You know what I mean? The taxes on a year for this thing is 300,000. I don't even make 300,000 a year. Let me get up out of this situation. Let me go to something I can afford. You ain't got to go back to the fucking hood, but you can go to a nice small suburban neighborhood where you're making okay money that you can afford to pay for the shit. Like, you could have just, I'm gonna downgrade. I'm gonna sell this house. It's probably paid for. I'm gonna sell this house. I'm gonna take the revenue that I get from selling this house. I'm gonna get something a little smaller. What kind of car, what kind of SUV you driving that the shit is $2,300 a fucking month? Or you owe $2,300 after 3 months? Understand you got 4 kids, man, but listen, think it's time for you to go get you a nice little cheap Ford Explorer and call it a day. And then it could be, it don't gotta be a fucking bucket, but it can be something that runs and gets you back and forth to work. It ain't beat up. All 4 of you and your kids can ride in it. Sell a big ass house that you probably was living in, go get you something a little small rancher for you and your kids. Like, listen, I understand y'all niggas is used to having your own bedroom and a pool in the backyard and all this shit. But guess what? The pool is gone. Y'all might be sharing a bedroom together. Who cares? But y'all ain't fucking homeless. Y'all ain't starving. Y'all ain't worried about nothing. Y'all got a grandfather who don't deal with me, who don't deal with y'all. Let me get myself out of this situation. This is a fucking wake up call. I don't care how much this shit's in the tabloid. You're not gonna. This man don't fuck with you all of these years. You're not gonna shame this man into fucking bringing you out of homelessness. And if he do, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be a quick fix, and you going to figure the fuck out for yourself. He gonna probably do some shit like, look, I'm gonna get you a 3-bedroom apartment, but you're responsible for paying for that shit. It's a lot of situations out there like that. Listen, if people dealing with people with money or some shit like that, you can't rely on a motherfucker that's taking care of you with bread to think that shit's going to stay the same, because it's not. If you fucking with a person that got bread that's taking care of everything and you unhappy, guess what you got to do when you unhappy? You got to shut the fuck up and you can't speak on it, because if you do speak on it, you're going to put in jeopardy of being homeless and not having that gravy train no more. That's the kind of life you want to live? That's how you want to be? You can't say nothing. You got to walk on eggshell because you think you're going to be fucking homeless? Or he going to put you out? Or he going to stop the money flow? Like, come on. You should not live like that. You should be able, if you dealing with somebody or whatever, that's your father, you should be able to say, listen, man, I could speak on how I feel about this nigga. This nigga cut me the fuck off. I'm good. Like, I feel bad in a sense for the young lady that she's homeless and she's living in a car with her 4 kids. That right there, I can relate to. I can sympathize with. I can be upset about. Like, nobody should be in that situation. And I hope and I pray that the young lady gets out of this situation, because I don't want nobody to be in that situation with 4 kids. But what I can't get down on, or what I can't agree with, is that you sat around for all these years that this man was paying for everything and you did nothing to better your life, because this day was eventually inevitably coming. It was coming. This day was coming. And you did nothing to prepare for it or brace for this shit. who just basically sat the fuck there and said, all right, fuck it, it's gonna happen. Whatever. And then nigga try to play me or whatever. I'm gonna I'm gonna shame him and hopefully get out of the situation. I didn't know. Hopefully the kids with their father. Cause if you a dad and you letting your kids live in a fucking car, you ain't fucking with the mom, you a piece of shit. Cause I be damned if somebody do that to my motherfucking kids. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna get mine. You can I can't bring you in the house with my new John, but I'm getting my kids out of the situation. You go live with your sister, your mom, or your uncle, your brother, whoever. Boom, go in the shelter. Like this young girl just was ass backwards thinking about the whole situation. Just ass backwards because there's a lot of people not saying not. There's a lot of people out there who can understand where Dre is probably coming from. Like she grown. Why she not on her own? You know what I mean? Nobody's going to say you. Nobody's out there saying you deserve to live in a car. This chick, no, I'm not even condoning that because you don't deserve to live in a car. But what I am going to say is that you should have been taking advantage of these situations that you didn't. You should have been doing something. You should have been on your grind. You should have been on your hustle. Right now, like, get on your grind. That's all I can tell you. Get on your grind. Get on your grind. Go into a all. I know they ain't the fucking best thing. If they got them out there, try to find you an all woman shelter. Try to get put. You know what I mean? Try to get to an all women shelter. Try to, you know what I mean, go into these programs. I don't know what programs they got in Cali because Cali homeless rate is out the fucking is off the chain. There's people out there in California who got full-time fucking jobs making equivalent money that they making on the East Coast and are living in tents. Like I seen this shit. Like Cali's fucking rent is high, but California rent is high in my mind. Why I think is because everybody come out there looking for stardom and fame, so they're gonna raise this shit. This shit's fucking ridiculous. Like, if you got family that lives somewhere else in another state, I would say get the fuck out of Cali or California, or go somewhere out in the other counties where it's a little cheaper to live. Like, but you don't rely on Dr. Dre, your dad, to come rescue you out of your situation. He don't fuck with you. He does not fuck with you. He made that clear. He does not fuck with you. How I read the article. He ain't fuck with you since you and your mother split when you was 5 years old and you 38. He has not seen you. You don't have his cell phone number. You can't directly contact him. You can't directly talk to him. You can't do shit to him. After 30, 33 years and you knowing this, listen, I wouldn't expect shit from him. What you did, hey, it's cool. It might have raised a few eyebrows here and there, but I don't see a life vest from that man coming your way to bring you out of your situation. He might just say, "Fuck it, she really trying to play me? Give a fuck." He a shrewd operator. He a businessman. You know what I mean? He a multi-millionaire. He ain't putting no new music out. He ain't got no contracts with nobody or anything like that. Most of his shit is solidified. Most of his companies own, he sold off and made the millions he made. Like, this whole new era with fucking kids nowadays and people nowadays is like, oh, let me get on the fucking internet and to shame you into cancel culture. Like, that shit is only gonna keep lasting for so many years. And cancel all that cancel culture and shit. And they cancel the man and they stop his funds from coming in. What the fuck? That still leaves you in a fucked up situation. Now he really gonna be worried about just himself. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get off the mic with this shit right here. Listen, kids that's in a situation right now, if you living with your parents or your parents taking care of you, or females or males in a situation where you got somebody taking care of you and looking out for you and paying all your fucking bills, do yourself a fucking favor. Look yourself in the fucking mirror today and say to yourself, if this person leaves me or this person stops giving me money, will I be able to keep sustaining the lifestyle that I'm used to living? Will I be able to find somewhere to live at where I'm not homeless? The answer is fucking no. You need to get on your bike, my nigga, and get to work. Ain't nobody obligated to take care of you. I take care of my kids from now till they graduate high school, and after they graduate high school and they considered adults, I do everything because you my kids, and I don't want to see you suffer out of kindness of my heart. But if you disrespect me and you do something disrespectful to me, I'm gonna let you go see the world on your fucking own and let the world get a hold of you. I'm not gonna let you get to your lowest because my kids, I care about them, but I'm gonna let the world show you what it really the fuck is, so you can come back with a humble attitude and realize, all right, only person fucking with me is you, Dad. I understand that now, so let me be respectful and respect your rules that you got set in your house, and I'm gonna do that. And while I'm doing that, when I feel as though I don't want to respect your rules no more, I'm gonna keep respecting you, but I'm gonna start setting plans and emotions to move out of your crib, so I have my own and do what I want to do. But you know what I'm saying? That's all I had to do was speak on. That's all I'm speaking on this situation tonight. That was my rant. They got a show tomorrow. I mean on Sunday. We're talking about the secret lives of wives and husbands, the infidelities people have on stepping out of their marriage and got these whole other families that nobody know about, or these lovers. We speaking about that on Sunday. So if you like what I speak about today, check that out. You know what I'm saying? Comment, like always, the comments will be up there. I'm always gonna post them up for people to read. But I'm out. Enjoy your evening. You know what I'm saying? Keep drinking like I'm doing. And have a great weekend. Peace.